Hello guys, how are you all? So welcome to my channel Cracking IELTS 9.0. So I am back today with one more passage. As you can see, I have this passage called the case for mixed ability classes, right? So on your left hand side, you have the passage, and on your right hand side, you have the questions here, okay? So before starting the passage, let us see what the questions we have here. So as you can see, the first set is a multiple choice, right? So you have to select the right answer out of them. And the second set is fill in the blanks, but with choices. So here they gave you choices from A to I, and you have to fill the blank with the right alphabet. Okay. And then in the last, you have this yes, no, not given. Okay. So yes, let us not waste any time and let's discuss this paragraph. And let me tell you one thing, that this paragraph, the third passage, is a very important one, and this is one is going to be a bit tricky, I mean, it is challenging. The first one will be easy. Second passage will be average, okay, in terms of difficulty level, okay. But the third one will be a bit challenging, so the answers will not be that easy. And yes, you will be having some new vocabulary here, okay. You might not know all of the words here, so let us try to solve this. And throughout this video, I'll be giving a lot of tips and tricks for IELTS reading. So especially for students who are willing to take this IELTS test, I suggest you to watch the whole video and try to learn some tricks. Okay. So these tricks will be helpful for you to crack your reading test when you take the test. Okay. So we have different types of question sets, right? So for different types of questions, we have different types of strategies, tips and tricks. So I suggest you to watch this whole video and leave your comment and give me a like if you like the video, and please subscribe to my channel, and also ask your friends or family members to subscribe to my channel. I'll be making a lot of useful videos for you guys. These videos are really helpful for candidates who really want to crack their IELTS test for your higher studies or for your PRs. Right. So let us not waste any time. And yeah, let me start this passage here, the case for mixed ability classes. Okay. Now, what is the first step here? Now, here I'll not start reading the passage first. First of all, I'll go to the questions here. Okay. Because just to save some time. So in the exam, you have 1 hour and you will be having three passages. So for each passage, you have 20 minutes time. So for the third passage, within 20 minutes, you need to finish this, right? So yes, so if we start reading the whole passage, it will take a lot of time. So we'll cut it short and we will read question to answer, okay? That means I'll read this 27th question first, okay? And then I'll search for the answer in the paragraph, okay? Right. The first question, the writer describes the Romeo and Juliet lesson in order to demonstrate what? Okay. So options we can read later. Don't read the options now because you will get confused. Just read the question and then go to the paragraph. So in the question, we should recognize these keywords. So the first strategy is keywords. What is the keyword here? Main one, Romeo and Juliet. So in the paragraph, we are going to have something about Romeo and Juliet, right? And what in order to demonstrate something, the writer is mentioning that. So what is that? We have to find out. Okay. So let's read this paragraph. Okay. Next, picture this scene. Okay. It's an English literature lesson. Okay. In a UK school, and teacher has just read an extract from Shakespeare's Romeo and Juliet. See, here we have our keywords. Okay. So answer is there in the first paragraph itself. So let's keep reading. Uh, with a class of 15 years old. Okay. Now, he's given some of the students the copies of No Fear Shakespeare, a kid-friendly translation of the original. Okay. For three students, even these literacy demands are beyond them. Okay. Another girl simply can't focus and gives her pens and paper to draw with. Okay. The teacher can ask the No fear group to identify the key characters and maybe provide a tentative plot summary. Right. He can ask most of the class about the character development, and five of them might be able to support their statements with textual evidence. Right. Now, two curious students are wondering whether Shakespeare advocates living a life of moderation or one of the passionate engagement. Okay. So here in this paragraph, he is mentioning a different types of students, right? So guys, the main thing is whenever you read a paragraph, you have to understand the gist of it. Okay. What the writer is trying to say through this paragraph. That's what we have to understand. That is your main ability to answer these questions. If you can understand that, then you can easily answer these questions. Okay. So what is the writer doing here? Okay. He gave some people Romeo and Juliet. Okay. So for some, he gave No Fear Shakespeare. Okay. Out of these three students, like the literacy is demanding, means they don't understand the literacy, right? So for a girl, he mentions a girl who cannot focus, and he gave her pens and paper to draw. Okay, the No Fear group means No Fear Shakespeare, the books. So that group, he's asking them to identify the key characters. Okay, so there are different types of students. For different types, he is giving different types of activities here. Right, so let's read the options now. Uh, so the writer describes Romeo and Juliet lesson in order to demonstrate how few students are interested in literature. Okay. How a teacher handles a range of learning needs. Okay. How unsuitable Shakespeare is for most teenagers. Uh-huh. How weaker students can disrupt their classmates' learning. Okay. Now see this, guys. Now, first one, how few students are interested in literature. Right? No, here, see, for three students, even these literacy demands are beyond them. So, see, teacher gave these books to the students, right? Here in the paragraphs, he is not talking about students' interests. Who's interested in literature, who's not interested. In the paragraph, he did not spoke about that. He only told that literacy might be more demanding for few students. Okay, that's why he gave some different activities, right? So A cannot be our answer. A is gone. Now, how a teacher handles a range of learning needs. Okay. Now, this option is interesting. Okay. Because he spoke about a range of students, right? For some, he gave Romeo Juliet. For some, he gave No Fear Shakespeare. For a girl, he gave pen and paper just to draw. Okay. Out of them, he asked questions to some of them. Okay. Five of them may give textual evidence, and two are curious about the Shakespeare's advocates. What is this? See, so there is a range of students. Yes. So how a teacher handles a range of learning needs. Yes. I think B is very much suitable for this. Okay. So I'll keep B on hold yet. So let us read C and D also. Let us see why C and D are suitable or not. How unsuitable Shakespeare is for some teenagers? No. He did not talk about whether Shakespeare is suitable or unsuitable for teenagers. No, he did not talk like that. C is also gone, right? Now, how weaker students can disturb their classmates' learning. Okay. So he spoke about weaker students, but he did not spoke whether they are disrupting their others' learning or not. No, D is also not the answer. So yes, B is finally our answer. Okay. So yes, B is because this option is pretty much what is told in the first paragraph, right? Now let's move to the next question. Okay. What does writer say about streaming in third paragraph? Okay. So we have to go to third paragraph and read about streaming. Okay. So let us not waste any time. So when he is not asking about second paragraph, we don't have to read that. Okay. It will save our time. We'll directly go to the third paragraph. This is the third one, right? So the practice of streaming or tracking involves separating students into classes depending on their diagnosed levels of attainment. Okay. At a macro level, okay, it requires the establishment of academically selective schools for brighter students and comprehensive schools for the rest. Okay. Within schools, it means selecting students into a stream of general ability or sets of subject specific ability. The practice individually appealing to almost every stakeholder. Okay. So here he spoke about streaming, right? Streaming means basically dividing, separating students into classes depending on their abilities, right? So he says academically selective schools for bright students and comprehensive schools for the rest, right? Now, within these schools, it means selecting students into a stream of general ability or sets of subjective specific ability, right? So, this practice is appealing to most of almost every stakeholder, right? Okay, let's read the options now, right? It has a very broad appeal. Okay, very broad appeal. Okay. The practice is intuitively appealing to almost every stakeholder. Wow. So A might be, so I'll keep A on hold. Okay. Let us read the other options as well. It favors cleverer students. Mm, okay. So practice of streaming into classes, dividing. Okay. It requires establishment of academically selective for brightest students and comprehensive schools for the rest. Now, it doesn't favor, it is not favoring any particular student, I guess, because he did not give that it is favoring. He just told that some selective schools for bright students and selective schools for the rest. Okay, then it is relatively simple to implement. Hmm. Is it simple to implement? Did he talk about the simplicity or complexity of implementing this? No, I did not discuss this. This is gone. This is gone. B and C are gone. So it works better in some schools than others. Works better in some schools. No, he spoke that for bright students, he have some schools, or for the rest of them, they have other schools. Okay, it means selecting students into a stream of general ability or sets of subject specific ability. So he is generalizing the students here. Okay. See, into a general stream of general ability. So it is not cleverer students, or it works better with some schools. No, not at all. So B, C, D, they are gone. It has a very broad appeal. When I read A itself, I understood because look, read the last sentence. Okay. Uh, the practice intuitively appealing to almost every stakeholder. Appeal is the keyword. Here it said appeal. Appealing to almost every stakeholder. I mean, it has a very broad approach. Very broad, yes. I think A is the right answer. Okay. So, yes. Okay, let's move to the next question, 29. What idea is suggested by the reference to Mount Comolagma in the fifth paragraph? Which is the fifth one? One, two, three, four, and okay, let me go up. Yes, this is our fifth paragraph. Okay, so don't waste time reading the fourth paragraph. Okay, so that's why I told you to read the questions first and don't go to the paragraph. If you start reading the whole paragraph, then you will waste time reading the second paragraph. You will waste time reading the fourth paragraph. So there, our time is gone. We have only 20 minutes, right? Yeah. So that's why they give whole paragraph just to waste your time. You should be smart enough not to waste your time. Okay. Right. Now, where is this Mount Comolagma? I think it is here. So let us read this. So mixed ability classes bore the students, frustrate the parents, burn out teachers. The brightest ones will never summit Mount Comolagma, and the stragglers won't enjoy the lovely stroll in the park. They are perhaps more suited to. Okay. So individuals suffer at the demands of the collective. Mediocrity prevails. So is learning like a hiking? Okay. So this guy is asking us a question now. Is learning like a hiking? Okay. What do you think, guys? Let us read the options now. Maybe we'll get some idea, right? So students follow unsuitable paths. Mhm. What does he mean by unsuitable paths? We have to understand that. Mixed ability classes, the poor students, okay, the brightest ones will never summit this mount, and the stragglers won't enjoy the stroll. They are perhaps more suited to, okay, so this is the main thing we have to understand about this, okay. See, bright students, they cannot climb this mountain, means they can never achieve what they want. Okay. And also the stragglers means the average students or the strugglers, they won't even enjoy this stroll means walking. Okay. Walking in the park. Perhaps they are more suited to. So stragglers are suited to strolling. Okay. Bright students, they are suitable to climbing this mountain. Right. So let us see. Students following unsuitable paths. No, I don't think so. This is not like matching with what is given in the passage. Students attempting uninteresting tasks. No, he did not talk about whether the tasks are interesting or not. No, he did not talk about that. Okay. Students not achieving their full potential. Oh, wow. Students not achieving their full potential. Wow, I think this one is very close, right? See, they are not achieving their full potential. So, bright students, they will never summit this mountain. And the stragglers, they can't have the lovely stroll in the park. Perhaps they are more suited to. So, individuals suffer at the demands of collective. Collective means in a group. Okay, when you are in a group, individuals will suffer. Why? Because we have to behave as per the need of the group, right? So when you are in a group, when you are going for trekking or when you are outside, you cannot go individually. When you are a group, you have to behave. You have to give importance to the group. Okay. So students are suffering here. Hence, they cannot achieve their full potential because the bright students cannot climb this mountain. The stragglers, they cannot have a stroll. That's why students are not achieving their full potential. I think C is very, very close, guys. I think C should be the answer, but let's read D also. Students not being aware of their limitations. Students not being aware of the limitations. I think here students are aware actually because the bright students know that they can climb this. Okay, stragglers, they know they can have a stroll in the park, but they are perhaps not suited to. I think student not being aware is not the right one. Students are aware actually. They are aware of their full potential. They are aware of their skills. So I think if D is also gone, I think yeah, C should be the right answer. Okay. So this is how we have to find answers, guys. See, I'm eliminating whatever option is not there. I have to eliminate that, and then I'll come up with the right one. This is called elimination method. Okay. So see, if this is the right one, see, everything is getting eliminated here. So whatever, see, if you feel some option is not suitable, then strike it out. Okay, that is gone. Again, come to the next option. If you feel it is not suitable, strike it out. So that is called elimination method. So eliminating all the other three, you will finally you will reach to the answer. This is also one method of achieving, you know. So yeah, right. What does the word scaffolding in the sixth paragraph refer to? Scaffolding. This is the sixth paragraph, right? Scaffolding, where is it, guys? Where is it? I think yes. Scaffolding is here. Okay. Now we have to read this paragraph and understand to answer this question, right? The current pedagogical paradigm is arguably that of constructivism, which emerged out of the work of psychologist Lev Vygotsky. In the 1930s, he emphasized the importance of targeting a student's specific zone of proximal development, ZPD. This is a gap between what they can achieve only with support, teachers, textbooks, worked examples, parents, and so on, and what they can achieve independently. Okay. The purpose of teaching is to provide and then gradually remove the scaffolding until they are autonomous. Okay. Okay. If we accept this model, it follows that streaming students with similar ZPDs would be an efficient and effective solution, and that forcing everyone to onto the same hike, regardless of the aptitude, would be madness. Okay. Okay. So here he spoke about the method one of the methods. All right. Yeah, there is a gap between what they can achieve only with support and what they can achieve independently. Okay. ZPD, zone of proximal development. Okay. Let us read the options now. The factors which prevent a student from learning effectively. Okay. Did he spoke about any factors here which prevent a student from learning effectively? Is something preventing the student here? Gap between what teachers. Here he's saying what he can achieve with support and what he can achieve independently. Okay. Purpose of teaching is to provide and then remove this scaffolding until they are autonomous. So for some time they will give the support to the students, and once the student is ready, then they will remove this scaffolding. Okay. So if we accept this model, then it will be like effective solution. If not, then it will be madness. That's it. So he is not talking about any factors here. Right? This is gone. The environment where most of the students' learning takes place. So is he talking about some environment where the most learning takes place? Is he talking about any environment? I don't think so, but let us see. The assistance given to our students in their initial state of learning. Wow. I think we got our answer. Assistance, support, right? Assistance means support. Where is this word? Here you see support, right? This is how you have to match, guys. So this word and this word, if you can match these two, these are synonyms, okay? Means it gives the same meaning. So IELTS is all about synonyms, guys. You have to match the synonyms. Where are the words with the same meaning? This gap between what they can achieve only with support, okay, and what they can achieve independently. So the assistance given to a student in their initial stages of learning, yes, exactly. C is the perfect answer. There is no doubt at all. Okay, so the purpose of teaching is to provide and then gradually remove the scaffolding until they are autonomous. Means initially, see, so initially they will give the support, and once the student is ready, then they will remove the scaffolding. That is the word scaffolding in the sixth paragraph. So C is the right answer, guys. Okay, even you don't have to read D option also, but I'll still do that. The setting of appropriate learning targets for a student's aptitude. Setting of appropriate learning targets. No, they are not setting any targets here, right? So D is also gone. C is the right answer, guys. Okay. So I think, yes, we have completed the 30th one. Let's move to the next set of questions. That is this one. Fill in the blanks. So 31 to 35. So what is he talking about? Is streaming effective? According to Professor John Hattie of the Melbourne Education Research Institute, there is very little indication that streaming leads to dash. Okay, so we have to read the next paragraph, I guess. Despite all this, there is limited ephemeral evidence to suggest that streaming results in better outcome for students. Okay, wow. So Professor John Hattie, director of Melbourne Institute, notes that tracking has minimal effects on learning outcomes. Okay. What is more, streaming appears to significantly and negatively affect those students assigned to the lowest sets. These students tend to have much higher representation of low socioeconomic class. Less significant is the small benefit for those lucky, clever students in the higher states. Okay, the overall result is that the smart stay smarter and the dumb get dumber, further entrenching the social divide. Social. Right? So, what is the question about? According to the professor, there is a very little indication that streaming leads to dash. Very little indication. That is the keyword. I think we read something here, right? Despite all this, there is a limited empirical evidence. Okay? Limited means very little evidence, indication. So, can you match that? Limited means very little. Evidence means indication that streaming results in better outcome for students, that streaming leads to better outcomes. So there should be better outcomes here. So, but in the options, we are not finding any word called better outcomes. So we have to match a synonym here again, right? So what is the correct synonym for better outcomes? Wrong classes? No. Lower expectations? No. Average learners? Not at all. Bottom sets? No. We need better outcomes. Synonym for better outcomes. This is the word. Better outcomes. Brightest peoples? No. Disadvantages background? Not at all. Weaker students? No. Higher achievements. Okay. Better outcomes. Higher achievements. Is it matching, guys? Matching or no? Better outcomes. Higher achievements. Yes. Positive impressions? No. Positive impressions is a bit different. Better outcomes is different. Positive impression is different. He is talking about outcomes here. Here it is talking about impressions. We are not talking about impressions, but outcomes means achievements is the right word. So better outcomes is matching with the higher achievements. So what will you write here, guys? Can I write higher achievements here? No. Can I write better outcomes here? No. What should we write? We should write the text. We should write the alphabet, that is H. All right. We should write H. That's it. Gone. So H should be the right answer. Okay. Next, we have it here called 32 again, be something. But let us see what is happening here. So he points out that in schools which use streaming, the most significant impact is on those students placed in dash. So he's talking about students and the most significant impact. So which student category has the most important impact? So let us read further. So Professor John, okay, notes that tracking has minimal effects on learning outcomes. What is more, streaming appears to significantly, see this is the word, most significant impact and negatively affect means impact those students assigned to the lowest sets. You got it, guys? Did you match the synonyms or not? This is very much important strategy. This is our most important trick here. You have to match the synonyms, okay? He points out that in schools which use streaming, the most significant impact means appears to significantly and negatively affect. Impact means effect. On those students means those students assigned to the lowest class. On those students placed in the dash lowest sets, right? So lowest set should be our answer, but we have to look for a similar word. So which word is similar to lowest sets? What should be the answer, guys? Let us check out. Lowest sets. Wrong classes? No. He's talking about sets here, right? Lower expectations? No. Average learners? No. Bottom sets? Is it matching? Lowest sets, bottom sets. Is it matching? Yes, absolutely. I think D is the right answer. So here we'll be getting number D. That's it. Done. So H here, D here, and let us move to the next one. Especially where a large portion of them have dash. So large portion of students have something. What is that? Large portion is our keyword, okay? So these students tend to have much higher representation of low economic class. Wow. Lower economic classes is talking about. See, especially where a large proportion means much higher representation of low socioeconomic class of them. Them means students having lower socio-economic class. That is our answer. So, which word is matching with social economic class? Wrong classes? I don't think so. Lower expectations? No. Average learners? No. Brightest peoples? No. Disadvantaged backgrounds? Okay. Low socioeconomic class, disadvantaged backgrounds. I think this one is matching. Weaker students is not matching. Positive impressions is also, I don't think so, right? So, yeah, disadvantaged backgrounds is matching with low socioeconomic class. I think F should be the right answer. Okay, so here I'll write F. Okay. Other than F, if you write the word, it is again wrong answer. If you write this word, socioeconomic class, again it is a wrong answer. So please be careful. Write the correct letter A to I. Do you understand that? A to I only should be your answer. Okay, guys? So please be very, very careful. Meanwhile, for the dash, there appears to be only minimal advantage. So who has minimal advantage? That is our answer directly. Okay. Who has the minimum advantage? So less significant is the small benefit. Oh wow. Small benefit, minimal advantage. Can you match that synonym? If you can match that, you get your answer directly. Okay. So less significant is the small benefit for those lucky, clever students in the higher states. Okay. So meanwhile, for the clever students, can you see clever students? Yeah. So meanwhile, for the dash, there appears to be only minimal advantage. Minimal advantage. This one less significant is the small benefit, minimal advantage for those lucky clever students in the higher states. So clever students should be our answer. So which one is matching with clever students? Yeah. Brightest peoples, clever students. Is it matching or no? Yes, right? So directly. So this one was very easy, right? So E should be my answer. Got it, guys? So in this way, you can answer very easily. IELTS reading is very easy. Don't worry. Okay. It only takes some practice. That's it. A further issue is that teachers tend to have dash of students in streamed group. So he's talking about a further issue. There is some more issue. Okay, maybe let's read some more. Overall result is that smart stays smart, dumb gets dumber. Okay. In the latest update of Hattie's, latest update means a new issue, further update, further issue, right? Influential meta-analysis of factors influencing student achievement. One of the most significant factors is the teacher's estimate of achievement. Okay, he's talking about teacher's estimate now. Okay, streaming students by diagnose achievement automatically limits what the teacher feels the student is capable of. So it is a streaming student is automatically limiting what the teacher feels. Meanwhile, in mixed environment, the teacher's estimate need to be more diverse and flexible. Okay, right. So 35. A further issue is that teachers tend to have dash of student in streamed groups. Okay. So what is he having? So Haiti's influential meta-analysis of factors, student achievement, one of the most significant factors is teachers' estimate of achievement. Now, streaming the students by diagnosed achievement automatically limits what teacher feels the student is capable of. Something is limiting, right? Something it is, he's limiting something, okay? What the teacher feels student is capable of. In a mixed environment, it is more diverse and flexible. Okay, so what are the options left now? We have, I think, wrong classes, but no. We have lower expectations. Okay. So streaming students automatically limits the teacher, what teacher feels the student is capable of. Okay. Limiting means lowering your expectations. Okay. Now teacher doesn't feel the student is more highly skilled. Okay. Limiting is automatically limits what the teacher feels the student is capable of. Okay. So now teachers, they are not feeling too much high about the students. They are lowering their expectations. So a further issue is that teachers tend to have lower expectations of students in streamed groups. Yes. So B should be the right answer, guys. So, yep. Yes. So I think, yes, we are done with this section as well. So let's move to the next section. which is true, false, and not given. Yes, this is also pretty easy. So here you should say yes if the statement agrees with the views of the writer. Say no if it is contradicting, means opposite meaning. Not given if nothing is given. If it is impossible to say, if nothing is given there, then you say not given. Okay. Now, yes, let us see what is the first question. The Vygotsky model of education supports the concept of mixed ability class. Okay, so he's talking about the Vygotsky model there. So let us go and read what is happening there. Hmm. So the current pedagogical paradigm is arguably that of constructivism, which emerged out of the work of psychologists. Okay, so in 1930s, the importance of targeting a student-specific ZPD. This is the gap between what they can achieve only with support and what they can achieve independently. Okay, this is what his theory said. So the purpose of teaching is to provide and then gradually remove the scaffolding until they are autonomous. If we accept this model, that streaming students with similar ZPDs would be an effective solution. Otherwise, it would be a madness. Yes. So, Vygotsky model of education supports this. This is the main word. Is it supporting the concept of mixed ability class? What do you mean by mixed ability? Means having different abilities. Means some students they will be very clever. Okay. Some students they will be average. Some students will be dull, and some students they will not understand anything. You have to work more on them, right? So yes, this is a concept of mixed ability class. So is it supporting it or not? That is the only thing he's asking. Okay. So what is the effectiveness? Is it? Is it supporting that? What do you think? Yes or no? Or not given? So here he says the gap between what they can achieve only with the support of teachers, textbooks, parents, and so on. And the purpose of teaching is to provide and gradually remove the scaffolding until they are autonomous. If we accept this model, it will be effective solution, he says. Otherwise, it will be madness, and that forcing everyone on the same hike would be madness. So forcing everyone on the same hike means this mixed ability class. Okay, in the mixed ability class, see here it is like he is learning like hiking. Here he said means here we have bright students, here we have stragglers who are taking a stroll in the park, right? So mixed ability classes is different, and this his Vygotsky's emphasis is different. Okay, he's asking that students should be given support till they become independent. That's the thing. But here it is like hiking, because you have students with different abilities and they are trying to just go on a hike, which is would be a madness. He says so. Regardless of aptitude, would be madness. So he is not supporting it is actually opposite if you read this. Okay. So I think this should be no. Right. So yeah, I'll write the answer here. So this one should be no. The answer for 36. Yeah, should be no. Yeah. Okay. 36 is no. And then let's move to 37. This one was a bit easy. Now, some teachers are uncertain about allowing students to take a MKO roles in the classroom. So he's talking about teachers, students taking MKO roles in the classroom. Whether the teachers are uncertain or not. That we have to check. Some teachers are uncertain about allowing students to take the MKO roles. So where are these MKO roles? I think it is here, right? So MKO roles, yeah. So let us read this. While streaming might seem to help teachers effectively target a student's ZPD, it can underestimate the importance of peer-to-peer learning. A crucial aspect of constructivist theory is the role of the MKO, more knowledgeable other. Okay, MKO means more knowledgeable other in knowledge construction. While teachers are traditionally The MKOs in classrooms, the value of knowledgeable student peers must not go unrecognized either. Okay. So I think we'll read this second paragraph as well. Did we find that some teachers are uncertain about allowing students? I think we'll find out soon. We have to read this one also. Uh, I find it amazing to watch students get over an idea to their peers in ways that I would never think of. They operate with different language tools, different social tools from teachers, and having just learned it themselves. They possess similar cognitive structures to their struggling classmates. There is also something exciting about passing on skills and knowledge that you yourself have just mastered. A certain pride, zeal, and certain freshness to the interaction between teacher and learner that is often lost by the expert for whom the steps are obvious and the joy of discovery forgotten. Okay. So I think here also he did not talk about teachers, okay, allowing students are uncertain. He's talking about some students, some teachers who are uncertain, right? So in this paragraph also, the crucial aspect of conservative is the role of MKO in knowledge construction. While teachers are traditionally the MKOs in classrooms, the value of knowledgeable student peers must not go unrecognized. So, some teachers are uncertain about allowing students to take MKO roles in the classroom. Did he talk about that? I don't think he even spoke about teachers are uncertain. See, in today's world, teachers are the MKOs in the classroom. The value of knowledgeable student peers must not go unrecognized. Means students are also, their knowledge should not go unrecognized. But it is not given anywhere that teachers are uncertain, right? I think this is something not given, right? So I'll write the answer here. Yeah. Because nowhere in the passage it is given about teachers who are uncertain about allowing roles for students, right? Now let's move to the next one. It can be rewarding to teach knowledge which you have only recently acquired. Okay, I think we read about this in this one, right? Passing on the knowledge. So, if I find it amazing to watch students get over an idea to their peers in ways that I would never think of. They operate with different language tools, social tools from teachers, and having just learned it themselves, they possess similar cognitive structures to their struggling classmates. Okay. There is also something exciting. Oh, pay attention here, guys. There is also something exciting about passing on skills and knowledge that you yourself have just mastered. See, it can be rewarding to teach knowledge which you have only recently acquired. Okay? A certain pride and zeal. Yes, what is the reward? Certain pride and zeal, a certain freshness to the interaction between teacher and learner. Yes, that is the reward. It can be rewarding to teach knowledge which you have only recently acquired. Yes, means you yourself have just mastered. Yes, that is the synonym here. That's how they paraphrase, guys. You see this line and see this line, which you have only recently acquired, that you yourself have just mastered. These two are paraphrases, means they have the same meaning. That's it. I think 38 should be yes, because this is exactly what it meant. So I'll write it here. So it should be yes. Okay, it is 38 is also yes. And yeah, next one. The priority should be to ensure that highest achieving students attain their goals. Okay, so what is the keyword here, guys? Keyword is priority, highest achieving students and attaining their goals. That is the keyword. Okay, let's read now. A certain pride and zeal and a certain freshness to the interaction between teacher and learner that is often lost by the expert for whom the steps are obvious and the joy of discovery forgotten. Having a variety of different abilities in a collaborative learning environment provides valuable resources for helping students meet their learning needs, not to mention improving their communication and social skills. And today, more than ever, we need the many to flourish. Okay, we need the many to flourish, not suffer at the expense of a few bright stars. Oh, okay. Right, right. There is a lot of meaning in this. Once a year, I go on a hike with my class, a mixed bunch of students. It is challenging. The fittest students realize they need to encourage the reluctant. There are lookouts who report back and extra items to carry for others. We make it together. Okay. Okay. There is some meaning in this last paragraph, guys. So the priority should be to ensure that highest achieving students attain their goals. Is it the priority? Is it the priority? So we have read something here, right? What is that? Provides valuable resources for helping students meet their learning needs, not to mentioning improving their communication and social skills. And today, more than ever, we need the many to flourish. Many means majority, guys. Okay. So we want the majority to flourish, not suffer at the expense of a few bright stars. Okay. Now they should not suffer because of some bright students. That's what it means. So, because of some bright and clever students, the remaining majority should not suffer. They should also flourish. We need the many to flourish, not suffer at the expense of the bright star. That's what it means. But here he says the priority should be ensure that highest achieving student in the no, no, no. It is opposite, right? Not suffer at the expense of a few bright stars, but here it is given highest achieving students attain their goals. No, the majority should attain their goals. See, we need the many to flourish means the majority should attain their goals. So it is completely opposite in meaning. So yes, so the answer for this one should be no. Okay. Yes. Right. Now the last one, taking part in collaborative outdoor activities with teachers and classmates can improve student outcomes in the classroom. Okay. Taking part in outdoor activities. I think it is given here. So once a year, I go on a hike with my class, a mixed bunch of students. It is challenging. The fittest students realize they need to encourage the reluctant. There are lookouts who report back and extra items to carry for others. We make it together. Okay. What is the question? Taking part in outdoor activities with teachers and classmates. Here he spoke only about classmates. Question is in question we have teachers also. Okay, can improve students' outcomes in the classroom. Mhm. Here he is talking only about outdoor, right? Complete outdoor he is talking, but here he is talking it can improve the outcome in the classroom. Did he talk anything? I don't think he gave any relevant answer for this, right? So here he spoke only how he goes to hiking and what is the outcome in the outdoor activities. But here he is talking about what can this can improve students' outcome in the classroom. So no, they are not matching, and I don't think he given. We cannot say that is impossible. So this should be not given. NG, right? So nothing is given about whether the students' outcome increase in the classroom or not, right? So I think yes, guys. So this should be your answer as far as I have done. So I hope you have understood how to solve a challenging passage, guys. This passage was indeed challenging. All the third paragraphs in the test will be challenging. Okay, it is not easy to answer them. So please be attentive. And most important tips and tricks is you have to identify the keywords. You have to identify the synonyms and paraphrases. Then only you will get the answers. Okay. So please be attentive and follow my tips and tricks. I think that is the end of today's video. Thanks for watching my video and please like, share and subscribe if you like my video because I would need more and more viewers to improve my channel and to do more videos. Also, I should need some motivation, right? So without motivation, I cannot make more and more videos. So please help me out with that. And let me know if you want me to solve any particular passage. Just write it in the comments and I'll see if I can solve it or not. Okay, I'll do it for you most probably. So, yes, that is the end of today's video, guys. So, have a good day. Try to learn something from this video. Try to learn the strategies, tips, and tricks that I am trying to say. And let's meet again in some other video. So, yeah, thank you so much. Have a good day.